Right, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe Showcase video. Today we're going to be talking about Garuda, who I think is a really good frame. Right now I'm using Garuda Prime. Um, I need to tell you all like there are stat changes in primes compared to the base frames. So we'll go over those in a bit. And who is Garuda? What's her playstyle? How does she fit in Warframe? Well, Garuda is all about gore. She's a gore queen, and she's all about bloodletting. As you take damage, you'll get covered in blood, and yeah, she's very resourceful with her abilities. I do like her. She's very cool. I kind of use her to up my weapons because how can I put it? She's kind of like Mirage in a way where she can give herself uh 100% more weapon damage. Um, I think it's with the slash damage that she deals. But we'll go over that right now in a bit. So let's look at Garuda Prime compared to our base. Where is she? I know I just passed her. Aha. By the way, if you want to get Garuda, you can farm her in Fortuna. So, Garuda and Garuda Prime difference, she has 270 health and shield, so that stays the same. Her armor goes up from 315 to 420. Her energy goes up from 140 to 220, and she has a sprint speed of 1. So, the armor and the energy is what stays, and yeah. Going over passive ability, which you're seeing right now in a bit. So essentially what happens is if she has no melee weapons, she can use her talents. And also as she kills enemies, she can gradually increase the amount of weapon damage she deals up to 100%. So there's that. Going over her first ability, Dreadmere. Essentially what she does is she goes up in the air, lunges at an enemy, ripping their life essence away from them and making a sort of mirror that's sort of like a forward shield for you. And as enemies shoot the mirror, it absorbs the damage, and the damage accumulates on a little blood orb above the shield, which you're gonna see in a bit. It does have a secondary function where if you want to utilize that orb, you are going to hold down the ability and let it go at the right time. Though the longer you hold it, you can increase its damage more. But you're going to be draining energy, so just keep that in mind. When you let it go, it'll deal a massive amount of impact damage, and it'll just you can nuke with her. She's really cool. Excuse me. Going over her second ability, Blood Altar, which is what you see in there in the back. She essentially rushes enemies and impales them with one of her talons, essentially making them a Blood Altar. Enemies that are, or no, friendlies that are in that area will gain health. And fun fact, you can, if you have Necro's shadows in there, she can keep them alive up. She can keep them up as well, so it's pretty cool. Um, Going on to Bloodletting, which is her third ability. Essentially what she does is she cuts herself. She literally cuts herself, and that blood produces energy for herself. So you don't need to rely on generic, you don't need to rely on energy pieces if you use that. Um, she can maintain her energy herself. Going over her fourth ability, Seeking Talents, essentially what you do is you will, I believe, what you press and hold the ability, and it will, like a little targeting area will appear in from the center and expand outward. Anybody within that area will have talents sent out to them and will cause heavy amounts of slash damage. So I'm not showing the video. I'm not showing like the um, the abilities because they're so cool. Garuda is one of my favorite Warframes. I don't use her as much, but when I do use her, it's always a blast. I've taken her in a couple Archon hunts. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I have the Burst and Prem on it and the Latum. Anyways, um, right now, showing you all that I don't have any mods on here. I haven't even formatted her once, so I think that's how she comes. And then her talons, which you can mod, are here as well, and I haven't formatted them, so that's exactly what you're gonna get. Garuda Prime, keep in mind, the base is something different. Okay, so let's spawn level 30 enemies. I am going to do a demonstration after the showcase, by the way, just to show y'all what's up. And we are going to run with. We'll keep the corrupted. Oh god, I forgot to pause them. Esto. It's fine. So showing off her first abilities is what's gonna happen. And as enemies shoot it, that guy kept going. As enemies shoot it, I won't pause them. Why not? They will contribute to the damage on the ball that's above you. And if you want to refresh the cooldown, you can just recast it. And enemies that hit your mirror, you push them around, you knock them down. This does have a small chance of like instantly killing the enemy, but that's pretty much what it does. I'm gonna let the energy get up, and then when you, let's say I'm done using it, right? I hold it up here, you hold it, and you let it go. Going over her second ability. Let's say I'm low on health, and you can cast this maybe like twice. You do that, you do that. You can create little healing zones. Let's say you no longer need them too. You look at this one, hit it. So right now, as you can see, I'm out of energy, right? So, oh no, I'm out of energy. What shall I do? Cut yourself, get down to 2 health as low as you can go, and you have energy. And this synergizes with your second really well because you sacrifice your health, you do this, and you can replenish it back. And that's how that works. Okay, so we're done with that. Now to show you the fourth ability, which I am just gonna pause. Fourth ability, I'm up in the air. You can cast it in the air, by the way. Go up here. Yeah, you hold to select targets, you let go to launch your talents. The people that have that mark on them, they take more slash damage. Okay, so based on the abilities you saw, we're gonna go modern. This is gonna be the modding portion. Well, by the way, she does get bloody, so pretty cool. Going over to the modding part of the video. This is going to be for beginner and intermediate players, so if you're like going through your journey, you're going through your planets, this will give you some sort of idea on how to approach modding Garuda. It is not meta. I don't believe in meta. I am all for you all experimenting with your own builds and playing around with what you like. Find your own playstyle, make your Warframe personal to you. We're just going to go with what I'm going to go with, what I feel I would run if I was a new player. If you don't have Prime mods, keep your eye out for Barrow Katir. He comes by every 2 weeks. If you don't have corrupted mods, you can farm corrupted vaults in Deimos. If you need certain set mods, you can find them in Cetus, Fortuna, and the Necrolisk. There are some other areas that come available to you later on which offer other exclusive mods, but for the most part, you're going to want to look for those mods that drop in there, the set mods, to help out your build if you see something you like, alright? With that being said, disclaimers out of the way, let's go ahead to modding her once again for beginner slash intermediate players. So if I was a new player looking at Garuda, I just showed you her abilities, right? What would I want to go with? So I'm using her talents. I'm not using melee weapons, so I'm immediately gonna go with Steel Charge to increase melee damage. If you don't have this, you can find these in the Nightwave. Occasionally they'll come up. Nora Knight does have Aura's mods that come out on her, what's it called? For Nora creds or whatever the Nightwave is, so just keep that in mind. I'm gonna run Steel Charge for increased melee damage. Obviously, because I'm gonna be using a lot of my abilities, I'm gonna run Flow. I'm using Prime Flow. You can use regular Flow as well. And because of my first and my second, I'm gonna throw on some continuity. I'm gonna run Prime Continuity. And to cover the survivability stuff, once again, one of my favorite mods, Prime Vigor. To cover the health and shields, I'm gonna run this for more strength, transient fortitude. I am going to run intensify. I'm not using these other mods yet because that's like late game. So I'm not gonna get into that. I'm gonna run this for more power strength. I'm gonna run this one. I think this one you're gonna get it like these certain like Amar, Borel, and Naira mods. You're gonna be able to get them in the late game. So if this one I'm using it because it provides more ability, strength, and armor, but you can go with armored agility, or you can just straight up add armor if you want. If you want, you can replace those mods, but I'm gonna run this for more armor. What else do I want to do? Now I want to add some range for her abilities, so just gonna go with stretch. And I think I have enough to slot in one more mod, and I'm gonna go with this. Now I know this is for ability strength, but I don't really need it. Um, and if I had to former her, I would put and this is a mod that you're gonna get as you play along. It's gonna be a quest mod. These drift mods. I'm gonna put on power drift for more strength. So just keep that in mind. Arcanes I'm not using up until the late game, just because you want to be able to grind them as you're coming up, and you want to be able to farm them and get them ranked up, so you have a decent arcane to like run. So right now, this is roughly what you want to run. This is interchangeable. This can go up into a into the sacrificial version. You can interchange this if you don't have it. Um, if you don't have any other, like if you don't have any sorry, my mind went numb for a second. If you don't have all these, you can interchange them with whatever you need, whatever you feel like you need. But that's roughly what you want to go with, roughly. As for her Garuda talents, her melee, notice this. You're gonna want to match the polarity. So in this one, I am going to. Which one do I want to use? I'm gonna go with this one. And then I'm looking here. You can kind of run hybrid build. So what I'm going to do, and once again, this is for beginners slash intermediates. I'm gonna run pressure point. I am going to run um, organ shatter, gladiator might. What else? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna run true steel to cover the crit and the crit damage. And then looking at the stats, right? Because you want to keep an eye on this. I see that it is slash heavy weapons, so I'm gonna throw on. Where is it? I'm gonna throw on vicious frost. I'm throwing viral and scourge for that viral. And for the rest, you can kind of put in whatever you need. Um, hmm. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw on some reach for some range on the melee. And then to cover that last slot, what would be good? I think we're good on status. Hmm. This honestly, yeah, I'm gonna run that. This you can get it in demos, so that's what I'm running for melee. Now I'm gonna spawn. Um, we'll go up to level 60 this time. Going up to level 60. Oh no, I need energy. Here's your third. There you go. I'm going to show you her second real quick while I'm at it because I need health. You can see, area is really good. Also, the strength helps the how much health you get back, so keep that in mind. Using my Dreadmare, I'm going to hit my first on this guy. And once again, you can knock people down with this, so if people hit it, they'll just get knocked down. Also, hitting enemies contributes to the damage, that's what I'm noticing right now, which is very interesting. Okay, and if you wanted to make the most of this ability, you can, like I said, you can recast the ability to refresh the duration, or you can just hold it like I'm about to do now. Build up the damage as much as you want. It will drain energy, as you can see on the bottom, and let go. She can clear out entire tile sets with that. And then, using her fourth ability, and showing off her melee build. So yeah, there's that build. I'm not going to spend too much time on my build. You've already seen the abilities. I'm going to go over my build. I'm going to go over why I picked what I picked. And I'm going to go into the demonstration so I can talk to you while we do that, okay? So, going over my build, I will be adding my Archon shards. I will be adding my pets because these have nothing on it. I stripped them all so that they can be as base as possible. So, yeah. So, taking all this off. Taking all this off. So going over here as with my melee build, I'm running this for crit and damage. I got the crit over here, so the crit is increased by this much. I am running viral still because I love viral. Viral and slash, that for me is a go-to. I'm running this for more slash damage overall, and this for a bit more status chance and combo duration. I haven't formed with this, so there's that. Going into my builds over here. Um, as you can see, I'm running a similar thing. The only thing that's changed is I've got these Umbra mods, which you will get later on down the line as you progress with the missions. I am running um, hmm, Yeah, I'm running. It's mostly the same as the last one, honestly. I just didn't have stretch, which I'm wondering why I don't have stretch on here. Oh, because of these. Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm running. I'm running Molt Augment for more strength, Reconstructs to kind of give myself more of a support role when I'm casting my abilities. Um, I haven't really had, I haven't put time into making a build for her, so this is what I've run with sometimes, and it gets the job done for me. So just keep that in mind. The build that I'm going to be running is going to be my Version Prime with an Incarnate, the Latium, and that's it. I'm going to end up adding a companion, and I'm going to be adding my Archon charge on here. So we should be cutting through to the demonstration right about. All right, so we are back. We are doing an exterminate in the Kuva Fortress. Um,
There is a
kind
large
of
platoon of
spoilers,
Grenier Marines stationed
not
here.
really.
Leave no one standing.
Um, and I did this because this map usually has like high density enemies. And yeah, let's get into the gameplay. Let's be roughly how you're gonna want to play her. She's just an absolute monster, honestly. We'll deal with the alarms. I did add on my Archon shards, like I said I was going to do, which is more late game slash end game stuff. And yeah, what can I talk about? Essentially, what you're gonna want to do is you're always gonna want to keep your first up. We broke a lot of forward damage. I hate Jadex in this. Where is he? There you are. Boo. I hear something I don't like. This thing, the little orb doesn't expire until you use it, so. I like that the first knocks him back. Bro. Like I said, nuking. She's good at nuking. Can't aim. I'm just waiting for a good clump of enemies to show off the fourth. Oh, that for one? Damn.
The enemy is broken.
We're
Well
good.
done. Now get to extraction.
That's genuinely how you're gonna wanna play her. It's all about keeping her first up. Just a powerhouse of a Warframe, to be honest. And just launching the Talons feels good. I didn't kill anyone? Damn. And yeah, before I stop the demonstration, if you made it this far, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Garuda and share your favorite Warframe. Are you interested in picking her up? By the way, those of you who are experienced in this game, this is a bit kind of a spoiler, but I feel like this is suitable for her. Anyways, that was part of the Warframe Showcase. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like I said, if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And with that being said, I will catch you all later. Peace.
Another job well executed.